On the 18th of June 2020, NEM Insurance PLC, one of the leading insurance service providers in Nigeria, held its 50th annual general meeting at their headquarters. Dr. Fidelis Ayebe, the chairman of NEM PLC, opened the event with the national anthem, which was then followed by an opening prayer from Evangelist Omojola.
Thank you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I welcome you to the 50th AGM of our great company, NEM Insurance PLC. In spite of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, give glory to the Almighty God who has spared our lives to witness this AGM. Safety and security of our shareholders, our customers, employees, and other stakeholders is our top priority, and the company has been implementing its internal policy on COVID-19 pandemic. Based on the guidance received from government authorities, is only by proxy, and it is limited to a maximum of 20 persons. This is the maximum crowd size currently approved by the Lagos State government for all gatherings, especially social and public gatherings like this. Please note that the meeting have been duly convened and properly constituted. I hereby declare the meeting open. Before we go into it proper, can I call on Evangelist Omojola, who is here present, to please give us a short opening prayer.
Father, we thank you for an opportunity like this. We thank you for the grace you've given us to be here. We thank you for the directors, management, and staff, the part of NEM Insurance Company. We pray that you be with us in our AGM. We pray that you be with us always. We pray that you guide the chairman.
Now, the Register of Directors Holdings.
An acknowledgement was made of the relevant parties in attendance, both physically and virtually, due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The chairman's first announcement was of a resolution to increase the company's share capital
from 4.2 billion naira to 10 billion naira, creation and addition thereto of 5.8 billion naira by the creation and addition thereto of 11.6 billion ordinary shares of 50 kobo each. Such new shares are to run pari passu in all respects with the existing ordinary shares in the share capital of the company, and that the directors are hereby authorized to issue such quantities as they may consider sufficient to raise.
BDO Professional Services, reported that the company's consolidated and separate financial statements gave a fair view of the financial position of the company and its subsidiaries.
For the audit of the consolidated and separate financial statements section of our report. We are independent of the group in accordance with the International Ethics Standard Board for Accountant Code of Ethics for Professional Tool by National Insurance Commission, NICOM, and the regulators of the Insurance Act of I-17 and the accounting during the year. Signed by Ebenezer O. Olabisi for BDO Professional Services on 15 May 2020. Thank you.
Chief Ide Dafinone outlined the findings of the Internal Audit Committee.
It's on page 86 of the financial statements. And with your permission, to read the report. To the members of NEM Insurance PLC, in accordance with the provisions of Section 3596 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, Cap 59 of the laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 2004, we, the members of the Audit and Compliance Committee of NEM Insurance PLC, the companies and its subsidiaries reporting and accounting policies, as well as internal control systems, conform to legal requirements and agreed ethical practices. And 3, we are satisfied with the departmental responses to the external auditor's findings on management matters for the year ended 31st December 2019. Finally, we acknowledge and appreciate the cooperation of management and staff in the conduct of these duties. Signed, Chairman of the Audit and Compliance Committee, that is Mr. Christopher Alpert, the shareholders' representative. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Ide Dafinone.
The highlight of the event came as the Group Managing Director and CEO, Mr. Tokwe Smart, addressed the shareholders' questions about new insurance policies offered by NEM, as well as the company's goal to venture into the agricultural sector as a means of further growing the business.
Experts and all of that. And if you observe, this government is focused on agriculture, and government is spending a lot of money. And like I said, because we have seen many of the opportunities, we have 1 or 2 insurance companies personally writing agric. In fact, the major one is Nigerian agric, but they are not doing anything. They are just scratching the surface. So we believe that we will bring our expertise to bear, in writing this agriculture, and we want to be one of the major companies that can be reckoned with. So we've done a lot of work. I can assure you, even including reinsurance, because we cannot do it alone. We have to make sure we protect our own assets. So we involved the reinsurance before we concluded to write agreement. As I speak, we've gotten approval from NICOM to write it. We are tidying up. A few things are still outstanding. We are trying to tidy up some of those areas so that we can roll out our agreed policies. But I can assure you that it's an area that will get a lot of money, for our shareholders. Then on the receivables, Mrs. Daka, you talked about receivables. Yes, it is no premium, no cover, but NICOM allows our brokers to hold premium for up to 30 days. So anything you are seeing in account, they are just for 30 days, probably between November and December, which many of them will have been paid in December or early this year. So NICOM allows 30 days credit. So that's what you are seeing in the account. That is a function of that. Mrs. Daka reported talk about key audit matters. We talked about 10.2 billion. Unfortunately, I looked at that page, I didn't see that. But what I can assure you is that we did not lose any money whatsoever. We did not lose any money in the year 2019. We've equally taken note of your comments on expenses, advert and generator expenses, but I must say that the company needs to do a lot of aggressive marketing to promote the brand, to promote the image of the company. And I can tell you that some of the expenses that we have incurred this year have paid off, significantly. So we are reaping the benefits. If you can, as you see in our top line, some of the adverts we did, actually impacted our top line. Somebody equally asked the question about the raising of capital. That what is the status? I like to say that if you look at our company, by the grace of God, this is the year of recapitalization, just like somebody has actually said. And as I speak to you, by the grace of God, just like one of our distribution others equally mentioned, that so many companies are struggling, so many companies are worried and concerned, and rightly so, because we don't know how to survive, how to survive this capacity exercise. But I can tell you that because of our prudent management, we have been able to build a lot of reserves over the years. And so today, while many companies are worried about how they are going to raise capital, we don't have to worry about that, because we have already made enough reserves through prudent management to capitalize the company. And I can tell you that we are just very few in the industry. All these companies that I'm talking about, we all started together. As a matter of fact, after the last consolidation exercise in 2007, NEM was about number 35 in the industry. Today, by the grace of God, we are number 4 in the industry. And we have done that through prudent management, and then we provided good leadership. So we have been able to build a lot of reserve through all of this to ensure that this our company meets up with the recapitalization exercise without any strain. Our own protection policy, we are advertising it. We use so many media to do that. The social platform is there, billboards, and so many other forms of adverts that we do to market those policies. But we are not relenting. We continue to take it. Some we go to churches, we go to mosques, and so many things like that to be able to promote some of these new products. In terms of dividend, my friend Nonawo unfortunately is not here. But I must say that not many. I say with all sense of modesty that companies are paying dividend now. They are very few, very few. Particularly in the insurance industry, all the companies, everybody is focusing on recapitalization, so that we are even able to pay. I think we need, to be able to pay. Because I know what's happening, because like I said, I'm the chairman of NIE, and I know what is happening all over the place. No, in fact, when people are even struggling to raise capital, we are talking about dividend. And we have an unbroken dividend record in there. And unbroken, since our consolidation exercise, we have been paying dividends every year.
Even when the construction of this building was on.
Even
when it was on.
Thank you. So that I can assure you, and we do that to add value, to all our stakeholders, and we continue to do that. I know he was joking when he was saying that, because I know that he has investments in other insurance companies, and I know that he's not getting anything. Then on our reinsurance policy, as you can see, an increase in our payout. We do this to protect our bottom line. We don't want to be unnecessarily exposed, and so that's why when we get some of these volatile risks, particularly oil and gas, the premiums can be, quite big, but you need to protect, to protect your portfolio. And so we make sure that we just take a little, and then we sit down the rest to reinsure so that when we have claims, we'll be able to recover from them. And when you talked about probably whether we can localize that may not be possible in all the cases, because we talk about capacity. Many of the local reinsurance, they don't have the capacity.
The local one.
They don't have the capacity. So the leader is Swiss Re, of course based in Switzerland, and we have many of them outside of Nigeria. Of course, we have the local reinsurers. However, we thank you very much, and I want to conclude by saying that we have an unwavering commitment to these projects, and we are committed, and we are quite aggressive like I said, I mentioned to you that we are number 4, and we are not going to stand there. We are trying to push further, so that we'll be able to join the leaders to become number 1 one day, and that will be possible in Jesus' name. Thank you very much.
From number 35, we are now number 4. And we are going to continue to push the boundaries or push the frontiers until we break to number 1. And the good Lord will help us in Jesus' name. I believe that item number 1, or the business of today, which is item number 1, is done. I will now go to item number 2 on the agenda, which is the declaration of dividends. I hereby move that the dividend of 15 kobo per ordinary share of 50 kobo recommended by the directors and amounting to 792 million and 75,436.95 kobo be and is hereby approved. Would someone please rise to second this motion? Thank you very much, Mr. Badmus.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Appel Capital Limited, the company's registrars, announced the results of the voting by shareholders to re-elect directors, non-executive directors, and the authorization of the directors to fix the remuneration of the external auditors and the re-election of the audit committee.
3 directors: Alhaji Ahmed I. Yakasai, Chief Ide Dafinone, and Mrs. Joy Teluo are retiring by rotation and are eligible and are offering themselves for re-election. Can I ask one of you that is around to please rise so that they will know who Chief the screen is over there.
Alhaji Ayakasai, Chief Ide Dafinone, and Mrs. Joy Telu were all unanimously re-elected as directors, as well as the announcement of the ratification of the appointment of Mr. Papa Ndaye and Mr. Kalechi Okoro as directors.
1, which is to re-elect Alhaji Ayakasai as a director. 350 proxy forms were received, totaling 3,562,578,621, representing 67.47%. Out of this total proxy, 343 for resolution 3 to re-elect Chief Ede Dafinone as a director. 350 proxy forms were received, representing 3,562,578,621 units, which is 67.47%. 343 voted for, representing 3,562,565,811 units, which gives 67.47%. We had 0 against, while 7 shareholders, representing 12,810 units, which gives 0.000%, voted to abstain. For resolution 3 to re-elect Mrs. Joy Tedu as the director, 350 proxy forms were received, totaling 3,562,578,621 units, representing 67.47%. We had 343 voting for, representing 3,562,565,811 units, for 67.47%. We had 0 against and 7 abstained, representing 12,810 units, for 0.000%. Thank you. For ordinary business resolution 4, which is to ratify the appointment of Mr. Papa Ndiaye and Mr. Kelechi Okoro. 350 proxies were received, representing 3,562,578,621 units, which is 67.47% of the percentage of shares issued. We had 343 voting for, representing 3,562,565,811 units, which is 67.47%. 0 voted against and 7 abstained, representing 12,810 units for 0.00%. Thank you. To ratify the appointment, resolution 4. To ratify the appointment of Mr. Kelechi Okoro. 350 proxy forms were received, representing 3,562,578,621 units, which is 67.47%. We had 343 voting for, which is 3,562,565,811 units, representing 67.47%. 0 voted against, 7 abstained, representing 12,810 units for 0.000%. Thank you. Business resolution 5. Which is to authorize the directors to fix the remuneration of the auditors. 350 proxies were received, representing 3,562,578,621 units, which is 67.47%. 343 voted for, representing 3,562,565,811 units, for 67.47% of the percentage issued. We had a 0 against, while 7 abstained, representing 12,810 units of 0.0000%. Always displayed on the screen. This results also for special business resolution 1.2. We received 350 number of proxies, representing 3,562,578,621 units for 67.47% of the shares issued. 343 representing 3,562,565,811 voted for, which is 67.47%. 0 voted against, while 7 abstained, representing 12,810 units, which is 0.00%. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this brings to conclusion the business of this year's annual general meeting. On behalf of the board, I thank you for attending this meeting, and for those of you that watched us remotely, since the event was being broadcast live. We thank you for also watching and for keeping pace with the business of the day. Thank you for your continued interest in the affairs of our company. I now declare this meeting closed.
In a closing statement, the Group Managing Director stated that the company will continue to pursue their growth agenda and in doing so, add value to consumers and shareholders alike.
Because this is another opportunity to come back to all our shareholders and give a report of activities and all that have happened in the last 1 year. And as you can see that all our shareholders are quite excited and happy about the progress that the company is making. We are making steady progress in the insurance industry. We are climbing the ladder, and we are hoping to get to the top of the ladder very, very soon. We have consistently pursued our growth agenda, and we are trying to add value and satisfy the interests of all our stakeholders. And talk about shareholders, talk about board of directors, talk about staff, and even people within their neighborhood that are trying to protect the interests of everyone and to add value to their lives. So that's what we have done again this year, and we are looking forward to another year, another very good and wonderful year. I want to assure our people, everyone, connected with them, that they should have that we are there for them, and that we will continue to add value to their interests and continue to protect their interests. That's the message I have for